Dear friends, welcome to my video. In this video, we'll see how to access and read the Gmail inbox programmatically from your Android app. So let's begin. Let's create a simple layout project, and I can name this as Gmail inbox app. You can name this anything. I'll leave the rest of the things as it is and click finish and wait for the environment to load. It may take a while. Once the environment loads up, I'll also start my emulator in parallel on the right hand side. So let my emulator come up. In the meantime, I'll add the required permission in the manifest file. So the only permission which I can think of we'll need is user permission for accessing internet, because the read operation or the access of Gmail inbox will happen over internet. So this may be required. Now we'll also need to add certain libraries. So I'll go to the Gradle file to add the required libraries as per the implementation here. So the libraries which we'll need is, so let me add one by one. So I'll just add control implementation, and one of them will be, this is basically the java x, the mail library is what we will include here. So that's for android mail, and I think the version right now is 1.6.6, but you can check this out whenever you're doing it. So okay, so my emulator is also coming up on right hand side in parallel, so let it come up. So I'll just minimize it for a time being, we don't need that. Yeah, coming back here, I think this should be colon and not the dot, and 1.6.6. Perfect. Now apart from this, the other one which I will need is control C, control V, and that's also com.sun.mail android, but activation is what I will need. Activation 1.6.7. Yeah, perfect. So now I click on sync now and wait for the syncing to happen. It may take a while if to download the libraries and all and import it. So it's done. Now if I rebuild, I'm expecting some error, because I think it will ask me to exclude certain packages from this particular implementation. So yeah, this is what I was expecting. It's asking that to first so add a packaging option. So for adding packaging options, the process is simple. You have to just go here and add something called packaging. Yeah, this one, and then resource dot excludes dot add, and here we can give the element whatever is being displayed over here. So control C, control V, and let me quickly sync now again and try to rebuild it. I'm thinking it may give another. Okay, so this is another one. So if you know upfront which all needs to be excluded, do it. Otherwise, the only option which at least I'm aware of is one by one you will have to build, and whenever it throws that error, you have to just exclude them. Yeah, so I think that's all. Now it should be fine. So I'll just rebuild it again, and it may take a while. In the meantime, I will switch to the layout now to complete my layout part. So we already have the text view. Perfect. So I think it's coming up now. There is no build error. Terminator came up. So I think this one is taking care of the implementation of these two libraries. Now over here in this uh, layout, I'll just give this an ID, the text view, and I'll add a button to read the email. So I'll just name this as read Gmail, and I think I'll not use any other widget. I'll just do one thing is I'll print everything on my text view itself. Whatever the output I'll get, I'll show you how to do that. Now let's quickly go here, and few things I'll take care quickly is, one is the translating the text view widget into the Java class variable. So text view, I'm not sure what it happened. I think I by mistake clicked some buttons which reformatted the windows anyway. So what I was doing was I was just coming here to assign the widget to a local class variable text view. Perfect. Apart from this, I'll also create one local method which is basically button read Gmail, and view and then I will associate it this one to the button on click attribute here. So if I go back to the layout, and over here this is what I need. So I think in terms of layout also now I am done, and I can now start doing more on the coding part, Java side. Before I continue on the coding, I will do one more thing. I will define my thread policy in the on method itself, because I will be calling the network operations on the main thread. So I will just bypass it. So just define a thread policy and new. I will expecting strict mode dot thread policy dot builder. Yeah, this is what I need, and then I will just set this set thread policy, and I'll set the thread policy like this. Okay, there is some error. I think I forgot to do the add using build. Yeah, of course. But before that, I'll do one more thing. I'll just do a permit all and then build. Yeah. So now this will take care of my thread part and all. Now I can start the coding part. So what I'll do is I'll quickly define few class variables first. So some of the things which I need is string string mail host, and this will be nothing but we'll be using IMAP protocol. Okay, so imap.gmail.com. Why we need IMAP is because for reading, which for that we'll need a store session, we will configure it using IMAP. However, for the transport part, which is basically used for sending the messages, we have to use SMTP. Okay, if I continue here, I will just need other things like something called session, and okay, so press alt enter to import this javax.mail.Session library. So just press alt enter and it will take care. What else I need is something called a store also I need. So a store and a store, perfect. I think that's all. One more thing I think I can add is properties and properties, perfect. Now other attributes what I'll need is the username and password. So that also probably I can define here itself. So private string string username and password string password. Okay, so first let me complete these two parts, username and password. So let me quickly show you. So I'll be using my this sample email ID which I have created. So there are few emails since past few months, so we'll read these emails as part of this demo. And the email ID or the user ID for this is receiver email 963. So let me use that over here. So I can just do one thing. Yeah, and now for password, let me show you. I'll go to my Gmail again. Over here, go to your manage your Google account and go to the security, and over here go to the two-step verification, and over here it may, yeah, so if you scroll to the bottom, you'll get the app password option here. Click on that. So I've already created a couple of passwords, so you can can reuse that part, or I can just say Gmail app demo password. Okay, and then just click create and it gives you the password. So copy paste, control C. First I'll paste it, then I'll click done. So here, so there are spaces, just don't forget to remove the spaces, and I'll remove this password, so don't try this password, my password. Okay, click done. So now you can go back. So this is security alert right now, of course. So I'll go back to my code part now, and over here the password has been set. Now I can start my coding part. So in the onCreate method itself, what I will do is we'll first initialize the properties, so which is basically system.getProperties, and then we can probably set the properties, but before that I'll do one thing. I'll first just check quickly if this is not equal to null. So if this is, say for example, null, then I can print something. Say for example, in the text view itself I'll print text view set text properties is null. Okay, and return, else I will continue further to set the properties part. Okay, over here I think since you are using else, that's what return is not that important, so or I'll keep it. Let me see. So I'll just do one thing. I'll set the property something like set property, and the property which I want to set is the protocol mail dot store dot protocol, and the protocol will be IMAP. Perfect. Okay, now I will continue with my other parts. Say for example, I'll now initialize the session. So session will be basically session dot get default instance, and here I think we can use either of them. So I'll use probably the first property is property, so that we anyway have, and the second one probably will put it null for the time being, and because we'll be using the authentication in the while using the connect in the store. So then we'll use this session to create my store. So get a store, and here again in terms of protocol, oh, okay, I'm not sure why it went out. We have to give the protocol which is IMAPs, so don't miss out on that. And then okay, there's somewhere I think it will ask to add the try catch. So let me see, or enter sound with try catch, definitely do it, no problem. I think I can then push everything inside the try catch to make it everything in one single block. Okay, so and if I continue further after this, what I can do it is I can then use something called connect, and here in the connect I think I can use the second one where I have to give the username and password. So first one is host. So for the host, what I can do is string mail host, and then the username will be string username. The second one will be string password. Perfect. So once this is done, I think again it's asking to add some try catch, add catch clause. Yeah, keep adding. It doesn't makes too much of problem. And then we can set some meaningful text here. Say for example, connection successful. Okay, and yes, now we can continue further probably to read the email. So this may take a while. So what we'll do is we'll create a separate method for reading the email. So I'll do one thing. I'll create another method called, say for example, public synchronized. I don't want to return anything. Read mail or Gmail. Okay, and in this method we'll do our major function or operation. However, in the button on click, we'll just call this method. So whenever we want to read that email, we can just click over here. Perfect. Now over here there is something called folder from the javax library, and here we can get the folder from the store what we initialize above and get folder, and here the folder what we need is of inbox, right? So you can choose whether you want to read the inbox or sent and whatever. Again I think it will ask for try catch, so just add that. Better to add in the start itself. Yeah, and then we can use this folder to open the mode, and you can open it in read only, read write. I think read only is sufficient for us. We just want to read the messages, and then we can have something called message, and in fact message array, and here we can read the all the message in this array, and then we can use this to print in our output. So here then I can do one thing, text view dot set text, and first probably let me print the total length, right? Total number of, right? Total messages, and here the total message will be nothing but message dot length, and then probably what I can do it is I can give some space, or I mean the new line, and then in the same text view what I can do it is now I can print the from, probably say for example from who has sent that. So I will do one thing, I'll just use messages, and I'll use, okay, which message. So 0th will be the first message, and then I can use get from. This is again an array, so I'll use again the 0th part and to string to convert it into string part. And what I can do it is I can again use this backslash n, and the final part will be the body. Okay, so messages, I think 0th index get content, right? And here I can try to convert it into string. It should work. It is giving some error. Let me see what is the error. Add cache clause. Okay, no problem. Do it. And we can also print subject also if you require, and also probably I can do one thing. I can add subject also. Messages 0 dot get subject. This anyways in a string form, so you don't have to do anything else on that. And the only thing is this one. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so I think more or less it's done. I'll restart my app in the emulator, and let's see if it works. So emulator is coming up. So in the meantime, I'll just quickly go and show you. So there are around like 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 9 messages are there, and I think 0th will be the first message, which is this message. It should read. Okay, so let me quickly toggle back, and connection is successful if you are able to see that. So if I click on this button, and perfect, so that's what I was expecting. I'll zoom in to show. It says total messages are 9, which we just now counted. It was 9. The mail has been sent from this guy, sender mail 964 blah blah. This is also my another sample email ID for demo purpose. And subject is Android app email, and this is the content. So if I go back and check very quickly, yeah, this is what it matches. Everything over here is what I understand. So this is the sender, this is the subject, and so on and so forth. What we can do it is probably we can check any other email. So this is till 3. We can probably use the fourth one. Let me try that quickly. So I will go to my Java code, and over here, instead of fetching 0th message, I'll just fetch 4th, right? No, 4th, so 3rd. Index will be 3rd, right? Yeah. And let me rerun it very quickly. So it's popping up. Connection successful. Very good. I click here. So total message is 9. This has been sent by this. And okay, so why it's not able to show up is because we are fetching the content in the string form. However, if you go here, it's in the some other yeah, so it's not able to read this template probably. So to demonstrate, what I did was I just now sent another email from my other test email ID, and the subject is test email, and this is a test sample email. So I can try this one. So this will be the 10th email. So 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So I will have to change the index from here from 3 to say for example 9. Yeah. And if I rerun, so if you notice right now the total message is 9, it will change to 10 now because there are 10 emails in my inbox. Perfect. 10 email, test email, and okay, we are getting this error for the 10th message also, which is basically it should not give the error, but what I understand from this error, this is a multipart error. So okay, I think I got it. So sometimes what happens when you ask for the content, it may be returned in the multipart option. So what you have to do is, let me break it down into the parts. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll first typecast it to multipart, and this complete content, and then I'll extract the part from that get body part, and the index could be 0th index, then fetch the content again, and then to string. This should work. Let me rerun this. Perfect. So it came up. This is a test sample. So if I go back here, yeah, this is the new email, the latest email what we have sent right now. Perfect. So that's all I wanted to show you. It's pretty much simple and straightforward. The steps requires you have to create a session and then pull the store out of it, and from the store you can you can access the folder, whichever folder you want to access, inbox or whatever, and then you can read the messages from that particular thing. So this is how you can do it programmatically in your app or even the Java code. And yeah, so protocol which you have to use is the IMAPs. Don't forget that. So that's all. I hope this video is useful to you. If you have any questions or suggestions, then please put it in the comment section below. And if you like this video, then please subscribe to my channel. Thank you and have a